Namaskar and good morning everyone. On behalf of the embassy, I welcome you all and wish you a very happy Independence Day. It is a day of immense pride for all of us, and as we gather here, filled with the emotion of patriotism to celebrate 77th Independence Day of India, we also pay our homages to the freedom fighters who sacrificed their lives so that we can breathe in a country free from the bondages of colonial rule. We will always remain indebted to them for this precious gift of freedom to all of us. As we begin today's event, I request His Excellency the Ambassador of India, Shri Akhilesh Mishra, to kindly hoist the national flag, which will be followed by the national anthem. I request all of you to please join for singing of the national anthem.
वंदे वंदे वंदे
पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
वंदे वंदे
Now I request His Excellency to please address the gathering at this auspicious occasion.
Namaskar. Very warm welcome to the Indian Embassy. Friends, I'll share the address to the nation given by our President last evening. मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, देश के 77वें स्वतंत्रता दिवस पर आप सभी को मेरी हार्दिक बधाई। यह दिन हम सब के लिए गौरवपूर्ण और पावन है। चारों ओर उत्सव का वातावरण देखकर मुझे बहुत प्रसन्नता हो रही है। यह प्रसन्नता और गर्व की बात है कि कस्बों और गांवों में यानी देश में हर जगह बच्चे, युवा और बुजुर्ग सभी उत्साह के साथ स्वतंत्रता दिवस के पर्व को मनाने की तैयारी कर रहे हैं। हमारे देशवासी बड़े उत्साह के साथ आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहे हैं। इंडिपेंडेंस डे सेलिब्रेशंस also remind me of my childhood days. We could not contain our excitement of participating in the Independence Day celebrations in our village school. When the tricolor was hoisted, we felt an electrifying energy pass through us. Independence Day reminds us that we are not merely individuals, but we are part of a great community of people. It is the community of the citizens of the world's largest democracy. What we celebrate on the Independence Day is the fact that we are part of a great democracy. Each of us has many identities. Apart from caste, creed, language and religion, we are also identified with our families and professions. But there is one identity that is above all. That is our identity as citizens of India. Each one of us is an equal citizen. Each one of us has an equal opportunity, equal rights, and equal duties in this land. But it was not always so. India is the mother of democracy, and since ancient times we had democratic institutions functioning at the grassroots. But for years of long colonial rule wiped them out. On 15th August 1947, we not only won freedom from foreign rule, but also the freedom to rewrite our destiny. On the eve of Independence Day, I join my fellow citizens in paying grateful tribute to the known and unknown freedom fighters whose sacrifices have made it possible for India to regain its rightful place in the Committee of Nations. I am happy to note that the economic empowerment of women is being given special status in our country. Development of women was among the ideals of our freedom struggle. Dear citizens, India is playing a crucial role in promoting developmental and humanitarian goals around the world. It has also assumed leadership of international forums, especially the presidency of G20. What is notable in India's presidency of G20 is the way this diplomatic activity has been taken to the grassroots. There has been a first of its kind campaign to encourage people's participation. Dear fellow citizens, this enthusiasm, along with a sense of empowerment, is possible because the nation has been taking great strides on all fronts. India's economy has proven to be not only resilient during turbulent times, but is also a beacon of hope for others. India has converted challenges into opportunities and has recorded high GDP growth. The continued economic progress is driven by a two-pronged strategy. On the one hand, there is sustained push to unleash the forces of enterprise by making it easier to do business and generate job opportunities. On the other, proactive and expanded welfare initiatives for the needy have been taken in various domains. The National Education Policy of 2020 has started making a difference. India's economic progress is powered by the dreams of its people, particularly the young generation, for whom limitless opportunities have opened up. From startups to sports, our youth have explored new horizons of excellence. The aspirations of the new India have infinite dimensions. The Indian Space Research Organization keeps scaling new heights and setting higher benchmarks of excellence. This year, ISRO launched Chandrayaan-3 and its lander named Vikram and its rover named Pragyan are slated to land on the moon in the next few days. The government is setting up the Anusandhan National Research Foundation, which is an amount of rupees 50,000 crore for next 5 years. The foundation will seed, grow and promote research and development in our colleges, universities and research institutions. Dear citizens, for us, science or knowledge are not ends in themselves, but are a means for the betterment of all the people. One area that merits urgent attention of scientists and policymakers all over the world is the climate change. India is providing leadership to the International Solar Alliance. Our country is playing a leading role in fulfilling international commitments. We have given the mantra of life, that is, lifestyle for environment to global community. The larger point here is that the culture of greed takes the world away from nature. We now realize the dire need to return to our roots. I know that there are still many tribal communities who live very close to nature and in harmony with it. Their values and lifestyle offer invaluable lessons for climate action. They have empathy for all Mother Nature's fellow citizens, fellow children, flora and fauna alike. Sometimes, however, the world seems to be suffering from a deficit of empathy. Our country has entered Amrit Kal with new resolutions, and we are moving forward towards making India an inclusive and developed nation by the year 2047. Let us all take a pledge to perform our fundamental duty to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievement. प्यारे देशवासियों, हमारा संविधान हमारा मार्गदर्शक दस्तावेज है। संविधान की प्रस्तावना में हमारे स्वाधीनता संग्राम के आदर्श समाहित हैं। आइए हम अपने राष्ट्र निर्माताओं के सपनों को साकार करने के लिए सद्भाव और भाईचारे की भावना के साथ आगे बढ़ें। स्वतंत्रता दिवस की पूर्व संध्या पर मैं पुनः आप सबको विशेष रूप से सीमाओं की रक्षा करने वाले सेना के जवानों, आंतरिक सुरक्षा प्रदान करने वाले सभी बलों एवं पुलिस के जवानों तथा दुनिया के विभिन्न हिस्सों में रहने वाले प्रवासी भारतीयों को बधाई देती हूं। सभी प्यारे देशवासियों को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, जय भारत। Friends, I was sharing the inspiring message delivered by our President, Honorable President of India. Now I take this opportunity to share my own thoughts since we have this great opportunity to meet you after quite some time. At the outset, I must thank our collective generous hosts, the people of Ireland and this beautiful country, Ireland, for giving us so much affection, warmth, and generous hospitality. This year's Independence Day celebration is a historic milestone for India because this marks the culmination of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the 75-week-long celebration of India's independence that we started. And this marks the culmination of that celebration. Celebrating Independence Day in Ireland is something very special, very, very emotional opportunity for us. Because as ambassador, I have opportunity of visiting many counties and see and experience the kind of struggles that Irish friends had to go through, their sacrifices. And I feel grateful for the people of Ireland, the leaders of Ireland, for sharing their experience. They're inspiring people of India with their own heroic struggle. And that heroic struggle is reminded to me every single day. That obliges us to remember our own freedom fighters and also remember that this independence required huge supreme sacrifices from a lot of people. So this invigorates and sends electrifying message to us that this inheritance of freedom and independence is to be cherished and to be nurtured, and we have to play our duty. Ireland, as you know, has been a great friend of India and has inspired us during freedom struggle. Also, people don't realize that when we were drafting our constitution, the leadership of Ireland and the Constitution of Ireland of 1937 had huge impact, and their knowledge, their first-hand experience of drafting and operating under a republican system, that was extremely valuable input for our leadership when we were drafting our constitution. Today's Ireland is also a source of inspiration to us. Look at how phenomenal has been Ireland's transformation, starting from a colonized, a poor country and basically a farming-based economy, how Ireland has transformed itself as a cutting-edge, knowledge-driven economy. And not only in IT and biotech and medtech and agriculture and fintech and aviation and leasing, but also in the creative industries, whether it's entertainment or films or art and painting and literature. So there are a lot of areas in which Ireland is a great source of inspiration for us. About India, you all have been following very closely. India has become the most populous country in the world, but not only the size of the population, but also the demographics. India is the youngest among major economies, and India has very high growth potential. When the most of the developed countries are facing shrinking working age group population, India is the only country which will have expanding labor force for the next 50 years. We have overtaken the UK as the fifth largest economy in GDP. We are already third largest economy in purchasing power parity terms. Even in nominal dollar terms, we will become from fifth to third largest economy in the next 5 years. So if you look at India, India's scale, the pace of growth is very striking. It's not just the pace of development. You all are aware what kind of phenomenal transformation has occurred in the past 5 years. More than 70,000 kilometers of highways constructed, more than 300,000 kilometers of rural roads connected, more than 600,000 kilometers of optical fiber lines, cables laid, more than 40 million new houses, affordable houses constructed for socially underprivileged people. So the pace of transformation of India is truly mind-boggling. And we have not seen this pace and the scale of transformation in the past decades. But it's not just the pace. What I wish all of you to remember is that today's change in India is driven by innovation. It's driven by innovation which is homegrown. The modality of UPI, for example, you probably know United Payment Interface that India has developed within internally with own human talent, and UPI accounts for 75% of digital payments in India. UPI accounts for 46% of real-time payments made all over the world. Last year, 84 billion real-time payment transactions occurred. $1.7 trillion through UPI payments. Similarly, you would have noticed the Corona period. When Corona pandemic hit us, we were totally unprepared. But the nation rallied behind Honorable Prime Minister Modi and not only ramped up the manufacturing facilities, but also as a whole, nation as a whole, the way we dealt with Corona pandemic is a very inspiring story. In a short period of time, India developed own vaccines. Think of it, if India had to depend on imported vaccines, then it would have been a real nightmare for the entire world. We have administered 2.2 billion doses of vaccines. And also the COVID platform, the software application that was developed internally, that has become a benchmark. The way India is transforming lives by inverting the old mindset of development. Earlier it used to be trickle-down theory, now it is bottom-up approach. So every major policy of the government today is intended to improve the lifestyle, the living conditions of the people who are most vulnerable, who have been traditionally marginalized. And women occupy a central position in the development ethos of India. So today, India is a very, very significant cusp of transforming into a developed nation. And as India expands, as India grows and India becomes more prosperous, it opens up a lot of opportunities for mutually beneficial partnership with Ireland. And in that context, I wish to applaud the role of the Indian community in Ireland. Although it's not like I should not take the credit, but I'm happy to share with you that the Indian community in Ireland is now the largest non-European foreign group in Ireland. Indian citizens, they represent the third largest non-Irish group in Ireland. Only Poland and UK have more citizens in Ireland. But not just the numbers, in terms of the contribution that Indian community is making in Ireland is deeply appreciated by everyone I have met. I have gone to a lot of counties in Ireland. I interact with a lot of people across the social spectrum, and each and everyone has been deeply appreciative of your role. Whether it's the cutting edge industries, IT, biotech, and the multinational group companies, their operation, whether it's the healthcare system, whether it is agriculture and university and academia. In universities, I'm happy to share that the Indian students now account for the largest foreign students in Irish universities. And also, since last 1 year, I have noticed two very significant trends. One is that in the Indian community, we see a growing number of people who are changing from job seekers into job creators. I must applaud friends who are taking initiative and setting up their own enterprises, setting up their own startups. So this is a very heartening sign. Secondly, it's no longer the IT or fintech centered startup activity. I'm very happy to see that there are many home-based entrepreneurs who are aspiring and doing extremely well in Ireland. In the creative and cultural field, I wish to particularly acknowledge the women in the Indian community who are not only taking care of inculcating their language, their culture, their heritage, their traditions into their own children, but many of them are going out volunteering and setting up their own training centers for the larger benefit of the community. This is an example that needs to be replicated. And also I must convey our thanks to the youngest of the group, the students, because everywhere I go, I also visit many schools and colleges, and I'm very happy to see that the Indian students are among the best performers. Not only in academics, but also in sports, in art, in different kind of scientific challenges. And you would have seen that out of under 30 of Ireland, we had 2 Indians. And the role of our young students in badminton and chess again requires special applause. So my request to you is that please stay focused. This is a historic moment for all of us. As you know, the celebration of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is a process, and Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji has given us a vision of Amrit Kal, preparing ourselves for the next 25 years when India celebrates 100 years of our independence. And in this, each one of us, whether we are Indians, whether you are Irish of Indian heritage, you are studying, you are working, you are what your profession you are engaged in, you are, as our Prime Minister describes, you are Rashtradoot. And Rashtradoot is a special honor, special privilege, because the title of ambassador, the Rajdoot, is a very temporary label. Today I am ambassador, tomorrow I will not be ambassador. But as a Rashtradoot, I have a lifelong privilege. And each one of you have a lifelong privilege. In today's address, Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji again gave a very, very touching, very inspiring message that Amrit Kal is Kartavya Kal. Is devotion to own duty. Each one has a duty to perform towards the nation. And don't ever think that what you are doing is not significant, because each one of you, whether you are a sports person, you are a student, you are an entrepreneur, you are a homemaker, your work, your professionalism, your diligence, your creativity creates a change in the positive perception of India. That is why each one has a very significant role to play. In Sanskrit, there is a saying that the true love is thinking of others before yourself. And the nation first vision is that life becomes worthy of living if you put the nation ahead of everything else. तेरा दीद ही मेरा अरमान है, बंदगी के लिए और क्या चाहिए, तेरी राह की खाक हो जाऊं मैं, जिंदगी के लिए और क्या चाहिए. जय हिंद.
Thank you so much, sir, for conveying the message of the Honorable President of India and your valuable and emotional thoughts on this occasion. Now, time for some cultural performances. This year, our cultural program has 4 performances. First of all, we have a medley of patriotic songs presented by the members of Suraj Shri Devi Music School. So I just hand it over to Suraj and Shri Devi.
From the University Music School, and we will this lovely opportunity, and we will be playing a patriotic medley in front of you.
वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् सुजलां सुफलां मलयज शीतलाम् सस्य श्यामलां मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् सस्य श्यामलां मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी फूलकुसुमितद्रुमलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखरामरदा मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् सुखरामरदा मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् पर्वत वो सबसे ऊंचा हमसाया आसमां का पर्वत वो सबसे ऊंचा हमसाया आसमां का ओ सुंदरी हमारा ओ बांसुरी हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा दूसरा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा दूसरा हमारा हम बुलबुले हैं इसकी ये गुलसिता हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा सारे जहां से अच्छा सारे जहां से अच्छा जय जन भारत जन मन अभिमत जन गण तंत्र विधाता जन गण तंत्र विधाता जय जन भारत जन मन अभिमत जन गण तंत्र विधाता जन गण तंत्र विधाता गौरव बाल हिमालय उज्ज्वल हृदय हर गंगा जल अति विंध्याचल सिंधु चरण तल महिमा शाश्वत गाथा महिमा शाश्वत गाथा जय जन भारत जन मन अभिमत जन गण तंत्र विधाता जन गण तंत्र विधाता தாய் தமிழ்நாடு என்றே சொல்லடா என் நாமம் இந்தியன் என்றே என்றும் இல்லடா தமிழா தமிழா நாளை நம் நாளே தமிழா தமிழா நாளும் நம் நாளே ஏலா ஏலா நீலோ திக்குலண்டா ముందే ముందంటా రక్తంలో భారత తత్వం ఉంటే చాలురా ఒకటే నా భారతదేశం కాచేను నిన్నురా భారతమెందే జీవ స్పందమే భారతమెందే ప్రాణ మంత్రమే भारत हमको जान से प्यारा है सबसे न्यारा गुलिस्तां हमारा है मपदानी सा मपानी सा मपदानी सा मपानी सा मपदानी रे पदसारी गा मपदानी रे पदसारी गा गरी गा मा गा पा Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Suraj Devi. This was really very melodious. I am sure it has evoked patriotism in everyone present here. A big round of applause for Suraj Devi. Thank you. Now I would request Ms. Ruth Prithika for Bharatnatyam performance. As we all know, Bharatnatyam is one of the 8 Indian classical dance forms originating in the temples of South India. Ruth is a trained Bharatnatyam dancer by passion and data analyst by profession. Today she will be performing Tilana in Rag Desh in praise of Lord Subramanya song.
धि नाद्रुधि तदोन्द्रुधि अगधि धि नाद्रुधि तदोन्द्रुधि तिरनातन तिरना अगधि धि नाद्रुधि तदोन्द्रुधि धीरनातन धीरना तकधि 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 नाद्रुधि तदोन्द्रुधि धीरनातन धीरना तकधि नाद्रुधि तदोन्द्रुधि धीरनातन धीरना तकधि नाद्रुधि तदोन्द्रुधि तकधि धि नाद्रुधि तदोन्द्रुधि धीरनातन धीरना तकधि नाद्रुधि तदोन्द्रुधि धीरनातन धीरना तकधि नाद्रुधि तदोन्द्रुधि धीरनातन धीरना तकधि नाद्रुधि तदोन्द्रुधि धीरनातन Nadrodhami tondrodhi Nadrodhami tondrodhi Tarikidadim 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 Tanatadim dirana dirana Dakidadabhim takakatanam rajam Kakadim dhalam kakadim dhalam kakadim Kakadim thadi nadrudi thadom drudi Dhirana dhirana kakadim thadi nadrudi thadom drudi Tanjam padam dayala இனியஞ்சே என்றாதரவோடருவாய் கொஞ்சும் வள்ளி பூஜரி கணவா செஞ்சேவலா சுரக்காவலா வேலா தஞ்சம் பதம் தயாளா இனியஞ்சேல் என்றாதரவோடருவாய் கொஞ்சும் வள்ளி பூஜரி சுரக்காவலா வேலா கிடஜி விமரி பமகி தரி கிடஜம் விமபரிசா கிடஜம் விலப கிடஜிந்தக ஜிந்தகணம் தகதனிரிச நிரப மகரி சுரிசா தகதரி கிடஜம் விமரி பமகரி தரி கிடஜம் விமபரிச கிடஜம் விலப கிடஜிந்தக ஜிந்தகணம் தகதனிரிச நிரப மகரி சுரிசா தகித கிடத ஜலித ஜீவித ஜம் மம பபனி நிசா தக ஜணுதி கிட தக ஜணுதி தக ஜணுதி தக ஜணு தக்கதி அதி நாதுதி தோதுதி திரனா தனதிரனா தகதி அதி நாதுதி தோதுதி திரனா தனதிரனா தக்கதி அதி நாதுதி தோதுதி திரனா தனதிரனா தக்கதி அதி நாதுதி தோதுதி 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 वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् सुजला सुफला मलयज शीतला सुजला सुफला मलयज शीतला सस्य श्यामला मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी फुल्लकुसुमिता ध्रुमदल सुमधुरभाषी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे
Thank you, Ruth, for this beautiful presentation. And now a group dance performance by young kids on a patriotic song, Amar Mati Amar Desh, by Sur Sargam Musical Society of Ireland. As we welcome them, I request a big round of applause to encourage the young performers.
कहीं तेरे जैसा कोई नहीं मैं गाया चाहूंगी बस तेरी याद जो मेरे साथ मुझको तड़पा दिल ना दी सबसे प्यारी तेरी सूरत प्यार है बस तेरा प्यार ही माँ तुझे सलाम माँ तुझे सलाम अम्मा तुझे सलाम वंदे वंदे
ধান্য পুষ্প ভরা আমাদের তাহার মাঝে আছে দেশ এক সকল দেশের সেরা বসে স্বপ্ন দিয়ে ওই দেশে দেশ স্মৃতি দিয়ে ঘেরা এমন দেশটি কোথাও খুঁজে পাবে না গো তুমি সকল দেশের রানী সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি সেজে আমার জন্মভূমি
जय हो
आजा आजा जिंद शामी आने के तले, आजा जरी वाले नीले आजमाने के तले। आजा आजा जिंद शामी आने के तले, आजा जरी वाले नीले आजमाने के तले। सच्ची में मिल जाऊंगी कमाई है, अच्छी अच्छी कोयलों पे रात बिताई है। अखियों की नींद मैंने फूकों से उड़ा दी, गिरी गिरी तारे मैंने जिंदगी जलाई है। যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো, তবে একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো রে, তবে একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো, একলা চলো রে।
Thank you so much for bringing Bharat Ki Mitti Ki Khushboo to Ireland. A big round of applause for the kids. And now as the weather is changing color, I would quickly move on to the last performance and very vibrant performance of the day. And for that I welcome Prachi Bhanushali, who is a student in Ireland. She is also a trained folk dancer, passionate about Indian culture and dances. She will today perform a medley of patriotic songs. The stage is yours, Prachi.
अपना है दिल ये आज का, दुनिया से जाके बोल दो, ऐसे जागो रे साथियों, दुनिया की आंखें खोल दो, लहरा दो, सरकशी का परचम लहरा दो,
you, Prachi, for this mesmerizing performance. With this, we come to an end for today's event. There is arrangement for light refreshments just outside the Counselor Hall. After having the taste of Indian culture, please also have flavors of some Indian cuisine. On behalf of the embassy, I thank everyone for being part of 77th Independence Day celebrations. Thank you and Jai Hind.